Hey, everybody, what's going on? This is your man, Martin Anaya. You are watching the Actors Initiative. We have a couple of shows that we've been doing here in kind of podcast format at the California Film Foundation for the past, few years here. Basically, they were live presentations. We did 3 live presentations a month for actors, for filmmakers, and for content creators. One of them is called the Actors Initiative, which was started by our own dearly beloved Charlie Holiday, who has passed away a couple of years now, it's been, and who we've now named our Sacramento Film Festival Awards show after, the Charlies. But the Actors Initiative was something that was started by Charlie to help educate actors about what to expect out there in the world of show business. And we also have another show that we do called The Breakdown, right? And another show for screenwriters. And these were all live presentations, but in the time of COVID, we had to kind of go online with it. And that's where we kind of been ever since with it. We do, of course, do wonderful things that are actually live events. But this little thing that we're doing right now is intended to kind of give you a little bit of a insight and also give you a little bit of information about a wonderful actor or two. Now, as it happens to be the case right now, the gentleman that I'm going to be interviewing today and talking to is Jeff Rector. And Jeff has been in literally over 150 movies, TV shows, you name it. I mean, everything from where to even start? I mean, lately he's been in Holiday Twist with Sean Astin, The Red Massacre opposite Michael Pare. But of course, he's known for Star Trek: The Next Generation, as you can see with the little graphic that we've got up on the screen, and 100 other things. American Horror Story, 90210. I mean, I can go on and on, but bottom line is Jeff is an individual who's been working in this world of acting and communicating and all kinds of showbiz for some time, okay? And the simple fact of the matter is he's actually a wonderful guy. We're going to learn a little bit more about him today, and we're going to talk about this upcoming Digital Odyssey conference, which is part of the upcoming Sacramento Film Festival. So if you happen to be watching me live or, in late August 2025, if you're watching it after that, it's still great information. We still want you to have it. But if you're watching us right now, we want to get you in on things. And so why don't I start that out by giving you just a little bit of flavor of what I'm talking about with this Digital Odyssey conference. Check this out. I'll be right back.
The 30th Sacramento Film Festival presents the Digital Odyssey Conference. At 10 a.m., join SAG-AFTRA, our presenting sponsor, to learn how easy it is to work with the union. At 11:30, meet Star Trek: The Next Generation actor, Jeff Rector. Then, at 12:30 p.m., lunch and learn with superstar producer Mark Klebanoff of Prisoner of War, plus Regional Film Commissioner Julie Johnston. At 1:30 p.m., let's all get smarter about AI and virtual production with Lucas Simmons from Generate Media. Finally, at 2:30 p.m., learn from Vincent D. Miles and the filmmakers of the Sac Black Film Fest at the Urban Film Summit. For a limited time, get 50% off when you use the code you see here. Don't miss the Digital Odyssey Conference. The future is waiting.
That's right. It is all part of the upcoming Sacramento International Film Festival. You don't want to miss a thing. In addition to that 50% off ticket, which basically makes an all-day conference just $25. So impossible pricing there. But in addition to that, you can buy an all festival pass. If you want to go to all 3 days, it's August 30th August 29th, I should say, 30th and 31st. This year, 2025, and we'd love to see you. There's going to be all kinds of wonderful movies. All that information is right there, by the way, down at that website right there beneath me, californiafilm.net. And you're going to find a gazillion reasons, none the least of which are all these wonderful talents like Jeff that we're going to be bringing. But here in the way of a little bit of a teaser, I've got Jeff with us, and I'm going to see if we can bring him on. Oh, Jeff, are you there?
I'm here. Hey now.
How's it going, brother?
Sacramento and beyond.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, I was talking a little bit.
Is my audio okay?
What's that?
Is my audio okay?
Your audio's a little low, but if you can just speak up for us, we'll try to do the best that we can. Now it's off entirely, so if you can turn it back on for me, that'd be great.
That's not going to work then.
Yeah.
Hello?
We're just gonna we'll muscle through here, brother. We'll muscle through. You just try to speak up and we'll make it happen. I was just gonna start out by saying that you've done a lot of things. I mean, like I said, I just barely scratched on your resume. In addition to the things that I mentioned, you were a part of the DeMarco crew, Coincidental Romance, the sci-fi thriller Side Slip. So many wonderful shows. Obviously, Star Trek The Next Generation is one way that people know you, and I think you've gotten a little bit of acclaim for that. I know that people definitely love that show. But how is it, let me ask this question, how is it that you could have such a long-lived career like this with so many roles? I mean, what is there one kind of a secret that you can tell folks? I mean, is it just tenacity? What is it?
The secret is Wheaties. Breakfast. That's the big secret. It's longevity. I try to stay in shape. I'm a workaholic. I love what I do, but everybody's gotta take time for themselves. And I play tennis, I play golf, I love to travel and scuba dive. You gotta have balance in your life, and people just work, and you're gonna kill yourself, and it's not worth it. We're on this earth too short a period of time not to enjoy yourself. So you got to have balance between life and work. At least that's what works best for me.
Yeah. Well, I think I could learn that lesson myself. I've been, running and gunning. I actually ran down to LA last night to do a premiere of actually a really wonderful movie. It's going to be part of the film festival, but I think I could do better on the balance aspect. So I'm picking up what you're putting down there.
Yeah, you got to have some fun. Otherwise, it's just work, and that's not healthy.
Well, I do play hard, so I guess there's that. Work hard, play hard. But let me ask you, if I could, we're going to have you come up to the Digital Odyssey conference. Very excited about that. You're going to be following the SAG-AFTRA panel. Now, I know that you've been a member of the union for a long time. If you were going to talk to somebody about when it's the right time to join the union, because there's a lot of questions that I get asked, and probably you're going to get asked when you come up here on August 30th, the Saturday. I think that a lot of people are going to want to know, like if you're an actor and somebody's wanting to learn from you, they want to glean from you, and they're going to ask you, hey man, should I join the union? What would you tell them about when is the right time to do that?
Tomorrow is the right time. You want to get into the union as soon as possible. There's a lot of non-union work out there, but it doesn't pay much. And even though SAG has lowered some of its rates to be more affordable for independent filmmakers, which I think is great because that allows us to work with lower budget projects if we so choose. The union is really there to protect you, and the pay rate goes way up exponentially. Now, it's not easy to get into the union. I don't know what the requirements are these days, but you need a certain amount of SAG credits in order to do that. So that's what every actor should be working towards, because that's the next level. And once you get that SAG card and the SAG membership, you become, quote unquote, a professional actor. So,
right.
it's not too soon and it's not too late, but I encourage people, and sometimes it takes a few years to reach that, but that's the goal. And that should be everyone's goal from the get-go, to build up your work, or to
Yeah.
get enough credits and to be able to do that.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I hear that. Also, too, a lot of people ask me this, and every actor I talk to, I ask this question. And what they really want to know is, hey, man, do I have to live in LA?
The answer used to be yes, because that's Hollywood is where it's at. I lived in New York for 5 years. New York's great, but it's known for modeling, commercials, industrial films, and soap operas. If you want to get into TV and movies, it's Los Angeles. But now, with all these casting platforms, you can cast a wide net. You can audition for Texas. You can audition for Atlanta. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to be a local hire, which means you have to fly yourself in, put yourself up, and that's usually not worth the cost, assuming you even get the part, because you're still competing against people with a lot more credits and more years in the business. But it used to be, no, you had to be in the city, but that's not true anymore. But you really need to be in the city you want to work.
Understood. Yeah, and I get that. And I think there's a lot of actors that we will have that we will see at this Digital Odyssey conference. Again, folks, part of the Sacramento International Film Festival. If you're just tuning in, we're talking to Jeff Rector, and he's going to be one of our guests at the Sacramento International Film Festival coming up. All that detail is right down there at that website, californiafilm.net. But Jeff, a lot of times people, they're in various stages, right? They're newbies. They're trying to dip their toe in the water. We do a lot of things where we'll have like a contest, like we just finished a 48-hour film contest. And the point of it is just to give people something fun and exciting to do, gets them warmed up, gives them some chops, gives them some screen time, and helps them kind of build a reel as they get better. What else would you suggest?
That's what, I've been teaching acting for 15 years, 15, 20 years. And that's what I tell my students. You gotta put a reel together, especially if you're non-union. Do the student film, do the independent short films. Do whatever you can to get tape on yourself, because that's what agents want to see. That's
absolutely
what you get an agent. They want to. If you don't have any work to show them, then they can't work with you. Quite frankly, that's the bare minimum. And obviously, you've got to keep updating your resume. But the acting reel is key, because that's the first question any agent's gonna ask you. Let me see your reel.
What do you got? What do you got to show?
Your chops.
Exactly. And it's very similar. We do a writing conference, and it's almost very parallel, is that they want to get an agent right away, and they want to jump in, feet first. And then we ask them, well, how many screenplays have you written? And they're like, 1. It's like, well, let's get a little bit more experience under your belt before we start, running around looking for agents or trying to pitch, because you need to make sure that the product is there, so that when you are getting looked at, that they can see that you're serious about this and that you've got some chops, like you said.
Well, everybody, from the beginning of time till today into the future, everybody seems to think there's some quick route to success, that you get to A to Z in a year or something. It's just not true. I had to work many years before I got my SAG card, and with all the credits that I have, I'm still auditioning. It'd be great to just say, hey, Jeff, here's a script. Do you want to do it? Great for Denzel Washington, but everybody else, we still have to audition, no matter how many credits we have. And a lot of women think that there's some quick shortcut, so they want to cozy up to a producer or a director, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that. You gotta, doesn't matter how pretty you are or how cute you are. If you can't act, if you don't have talent, it doesn't matter. You're not gonna have a good chance in this industry because and people think, oh well, let's do it as a hobby. It might be fun. Let me try it. It's a full-time job. It's not a hobby, and you've got to be serious about it, and you've got to commit to it. And if you don't have the love for it in your heart, then find something else because it's not going
No,
to be
I,
disappointing.
I couldn't agree with you more, and I do see that again and again from my vantage point. Um, Talk to us about some of the roles that you've done. I mean, obviously, you're known for Star Trek, and I know that you just came back from a Star Trek convention. Before we go into the roles, I just want to know what it's like being the subject of attention at a Star Trek convention. That must be kind of a surreal, almost out of body experience, I can imagine.
I love it. I love meeting the fans, and they constantly surprise you and bring you a picture or something of a movie or a TV show that you had forgotten about, and you go, oh my God, almost forgot about that. And you go, would you sign it here? I mean, sometimes they say, oh, you were so great in that movie. I remember when you said blah 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 blah, and I go, yeah, that was great. And I go, I don't even remember saying that. They know the lines better than you do sometimes, but it's a real thrill. And you know, some actors are in it for the money, right? And they unfortunately, you know, it's a business. Okay, what do I sign? Whatever. But I love interacting with the fans because I never get the stars that don't want to shake hands and sign autographs. I mean, these are the people that helped buy theater tickets that made them stars, and to slough them off, I never got that mentality.
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
have. I worked with Charlie Sheen on Wall Street, and he was a great guy, and he would sign whatever anybody asked. I mean, when you see a star doing that, I mean, that really means something because they really care. And there are a lot of actors and actresses that don't care. And I just think it's sad, but I love it. It makes me feel good that I'm recognized. You know what I'm saying?
hmm,
My work
yeah,
because we're entertainers. We become actors because we want to make people laugh. We want to make them cry, depending on the role. We want to get a emotion and reaction from the audience. That's the biggest payoff to be in a theater with one of my movies and see the people laugh or cry, depending on what. That's the biggest payoff for me because I know I did my job. And um, you know, so some of the Star Trek fans are a little wacky. Some of the costumes really are kind of crazy, but but their heart's in the right place.
yeah,
They're sci-fi fans, and I am too. I grew up
yeah.
with that stuff, so I'm as big a sci-fi horror geek
Me
as
too. Me too. I'm a big geek for it. I mean, I've been to so many conventions, but I'm always on the other side. I actually, it's funny too because they got this Superman movie that came out this year, and I'm a huge nut for the original Superman. And of course, may he rest in peace. We just lost Sir Terrence Stamp, one of my favorite actors of all time.
I don't know
But
Facebook
I was
page,
gonna,
but I worked with Terrence in Wall Street, so
I was just gonna ask you about that. Yeah,
I put a little something on my Facebook page that I was fortunate enough to work with these great actors, and and then it brings you back to that point in time many years ago where it was such a wonderful experience, to work with Michael Douglas and Daryl Hannah, and it was just an all-star cast, and you can't ask Oliver Stone. Can't
oh
ask
man, are you kidding me?
a
Yeah,
better
Academy Award winning Oliver Stone, and
than that.
not for nothing, Academy Award winning Michael Douglas.
Yep,
I was just at the Kirk Douglas Theater the other day, but Michael Douglas, his son, who won the Academy Award for that movie.
that's right.
Yep.
Yeah, I would tell him a joke a day, a joke or two a day. I I kept him laughing, but he was just great, and he deserves every award he gets. He's just an incredible actor and an incredible individual.
So, folks at home,
I don't know if you know this, but he was the executive producer on One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
yeah, I do know that, and I was, and it was so astounding to me. Could talk about it. I don't know how many, like 8 or 9, I think, Academy Awards that movie won, and deservedly so. If folks at home, if you've never seen, if you want to see an acting tour de force, and I mean an ensemble cast of amazing actors, Danny DeVito's in that movie. Gosh, who else? I mean, so many wonderful, so many wonderful actors. Jack Nicklaus, obviously, but Nicholson. But you know what? What I want to do real quick is I want to take a quick little break. Folks at home, I want to tell you, if you want to ask a question, we're only going to be on here for a few more minutes. But if you want to ask a question of Jeff, you can pop a question in, or if you have a comment, and I'll try to pull that up here. I'm switching. So I'm chief cook and bottle washing today because Jason, who's normally my partner in crime, is actually on another production. But when we come back, we're going to finish up with Jeff Rector. But again, where's he going to be? If you really want to meet Jeff Rector, you want to find out about all this.
To Sacramento for this big conference and film festival. It's going to be great. I'd love to meet you in person. I'm going to be signing autographs. I've got my new memoir, I Was a Playboy Rabbit, and Other Stories, a B-movie.
Okay, wait a minute. Hang on. When we come back, I got to talk to you about that. So stay right there. We got a little bit more with Jeff Rector. All right, everybody. We are back, and you are again watching the Actors Initiative. This is one of 3 shows that we do every month here with the California Film Foundation. This one just happens to be with a popular, well-known actor who has done an amazing amount of work. I'm talking about Mr. Jeff Rector, and we're going to have him. He's going to be live with us at the upcoming Sacramento Film Festival. And you're not going to want to miss that, folks. I mean, the bottom line is this film festival is 100% chock full of amazing stuff and amazing activities. And by the way, not for nothing, but it's all happening in Old Sacramento. So we're going to take over Old Sacramento from August 29, 30, and 31. There's all kinds of wonderful shows that are going to happen, including, as I mentioned, the 48 Hours California, our original guerrilla film show, and all kinds of stuff. There's going to be all kinds of friends. You name it, they're all going to be here with us on that weekend. So in order to get all that information, you want to go to this website right here that you're looking at. It's californiafilm.net. That's californiafilm.net. You can also go to sacramentofilmfestival.com and get yourself involved in this thing. I mean, it's really something that you're going to want to do. And I think if you're an actor, or if you know an actor, if you're just a fan, and you just want to see some good cinema and see some good local cinema. There's a movie that I saw last night that I went down to LA for, called Don't Answer, and I've got it, plastered over my face right here. But this movie is absolutely fantastic, and it's made by our own Mark S. Allen from right here in Northern California. So we're going to have a lot of local talent on display, and folks, you really don't want to miss this. I think you're gonna have so much fun if you get involved in this, and I think you're going to see what I'm talking about. By the way, before we bring Jeff on, Eatsing had commented, Jeff, on our previous conversation. You were mentioning to me that you need balance, and Eatsing is absolutely in agreement with that. Balance and fun are necessary. Eatsing, by the way, has been a filmmaker here in the Sacramento region, but she now had to go back home to Costa Rica, where she's originally from, to take care of her family. So it's a big family here, and we've got them extended all over the globe. They're watching you. So appreciate you, Eatsing, for making that comment. So, Jeff, before we got off there, I was talking to you about, kind of what some of your favorite roles, and I was talking to you about Star Trek. But, people know actors for different things. But, outside looking in, somebody might know you for this, that, or the other, and they might go, hey, I love this actor because he was on Star Trek, or he was on 90210, or whatever have you, or he was in the movie Wall Street. But for you, what was it's something that maybe not the best, but what's something that just stands out for you? Man, that was a fun time making that film, that TV show, that commercial, whatever.
Well, I can tell you has been the most impactful role for me. It certainly wasn't the most fun, but I played very early in my career. I played a killer on an episode of America's Most Wanted.
Oh, wow.
It was a brand new show on Fox. John Walsh had lost his
100%.
Nobody knew what Fox Network was going to be. Nobody knew what was going to happen. And right off the bat, they started catching, leading to the capture of criminals, these hardcore criminals. I played a guy who murdered two young girls, was sort of a white-collar criminal. He wasn't like a serial killer. He just had doped these girls to get friendly with them, and they wound up dying. And so they gave me a box of all the letters he had written to all these women all over the country from prison.
Oh, wow.
And I go, I'm gonna get this guy. And so that episode led to his capture. It was one of the quickest captures on the history of the show. And he's still serving time. So I hope they don't let him out.
Well, look, that's amazing. But you know what I think about when I watch these shows?
Because let me tell you, it gave the families closure.
Of course.
The families were in agony, and they both lost two beautiful daughters, and it brought closure to the families, and that you can't put a price tag on that.
Well, all I was going to say is absolutely 100%, first off. But I worry that the actors doing the reenactment, that somebody sees them on the street and goes, hey, aren't you that guy? I mean, are people able to parse that, or did you ever have a problem with that?
You hope you're not on the street and they go, there he is. I didn't have that problem, thankfully, but he was a lot older than me, so they put some gray in my hair. And
okay.
But even the family said it was kind of uncanny how I was able to capture the essence and personality, because he was a handsome guy. He was personable, right? He had charisma, right? That's what it was easy to get over on these women, but he had a dark heart, and things didn't end well. And a bunch of weird things. They flew us to Ohio where it actually happened, and it was really creepy because I met the families of the murdered girls, and here I am playing the killer, and some really, they were great, and we became friends, but some really strange things happened on that shoot. But it had a happy ending, and that was probably my most memorable role. I doubled Jean-Claude Van Damme on Double Impact. I got to go to Hong Kong for 3 months on that film. That was amazing because before that, I was a Jean-Claude fan like everybody else. And I am photo doubling for him and working side by side, and in Hong Kong, no less. So that was really a great experience. I met Janet Jackson, who was doing a concert over there. She had lunch with us, came to the set, had lunch with us, invited
oh, that's sweet.
Concert. So all these kind of great things happen, and I've got a million stories, but a lot of them are right here in this book.
Yeah. So talk to me. And again, I apologize to you at home. We're running short on time, and I got to get out of here. But we're going to have to leave them on a little bit of a cliffhanger. But yes,
come to the show and you'll hear more about it. But basically, I was a male version of the Playboy Bunny at the New York club. We were called Rabbits. Christy Hefner took over Playboy, and she wanted a real New York nightclub that catered to men and women. She didn't want another men's club. So they hired some of us that were actors, models, as rabbits to complement the bunnies, which brought the women in. And it was a real co-ed New York nightclub. And it was a ball. It lasted about 18 months. And then
that's crazy.
What a ride. What a great ride.
Man, you've got so many wonderful stories. Unfortunately, we're out of time. But let me just say this to you at home. If you're watching at home, Jeff's going to be with us. And he's got way more stories. And maybe can we get you to bring some of those books with you? Absolutely. And maybe sign a few of them for people that might want to buy one?
I'll have books, I'll have photographs, I'll have some digital art that I'm creating now. And so I'd love to meet you, sign an autograph, and chit chat. And it's going to be a great 3 days. You got to get your tickets now while you can still get the 50% discount. And there's going to be a party on the riverboat, all kinds of fun stuff.
Oh, man, I can't wait. And again, SacramentoFilmFestival.com, or go right down there to that website, CaliforniaFilm.net. Yeah, we're going to try to get you over to the party, which starts the whole thing off. And that, by the way, friends, whether or not you buy a ticket to anything, that party, as long as you're a member of California Film Foundation, we'll let you into that thing for free. You got to be on your promise to be on your good behavior. I don't know if we're going to have any Playboy bunnies there or not, but we'll definitely try to get Jeff there and try to get a lot of wonderful people there.
I'll bring one in my suitcase.
There you go. All right, Jeff, thank you so much, man, for taking a little bit of your time and being here with us. And we'll see you on the weekend of the 29th, brother.
Fantastic. Look forward to it.
The 30th Sacramento Film Festival presents the Digital Odyssey Conference. At 10 a.m., join SAG-AFTRA, our presenting sponsor, to learn how easy it is to work with the union. At 11:30, meet Star Trek: The Next Generation actor, Jeff Rector. Then, at 12:30 p.m., lunch and learn with superstar producer Mark Klebanoff of Prisoner of War, plus Regional Film Commissioner Julie Johnston. At 1:30 p.m., let's all get smarter about AI and virtual production with Lucas Simmons from Generate Media. Finally, at 2:30 p.m., learn from Vincent D. Miles and the filmmakers of the Sac Black Film Fest at the Urban Film Summit. For a limited time, get 50% off when you use the code you see here. Don't miss the Digital Odyssey Conference. The future is waiting.